Welcome back to the Citizen channel. We all stay safe and well. And yes, we'll have a look back at the player ratings for Swansea 1, City 3 in the Carabao Cup round 4. It might just be our cup again. Who knows? We'll see. Yes, I got home about 3 o'clock from the game, and I'm recording this just after 7. So I've managed a couple of hours, but I'm absolutely shattered. I'll have to try and catch up later, guys. The things we do for our club, I mean, obviously you guys who abroad, etc., get up at silly o'clock most days and stuff like this, but at my tender age, 10 hours on a coach, or probably more than 10 hours on a coach there and back down to Swansea, takes its toll. So anyway, I'll try and catch up later. I'm now retired, so apart from these vlogs and other little bits and pieces, yeah, I can catch up with my sleep some other time, can't I? Well, let's talk about this match. Get the right page up. I've got the story of the game up there. I've got all confused this morning. Bear with me, guys. We'll have a look at what Simon Bukowski thought of our players. I think he gave 3 5 out of 10s. He made a big thing of that in his piece or in his social media. Anyway, it's probably right. Yeah, he didn't. I thought all the guys tried to work hard last night. It was a tough game. We'll talk about the game, of course, in the story of the game. This is all about the players, so we'll have a look at what Simon thought, what I thought, and some of the SofaScore stats as well. So join me, guys, please. If you like this content, please press that like button. It helps all the algorithms, helps the channel out, so you can hit that now if you're with me. That'd be wonderful. Make a tired City fan very, very happy. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you've not already done so. And of course, if you've got any hype points to spare, that would be most appreciative if you can find that hype button on YouTube as well. All these things help the channel, support the channel. It's just a way of supporting us without you having to do too much apart from hit a button or two. That'll be fantastic, guys. Much appreciated. We'll talk about what's coming out soon as well when we finish. Right, let's start at the back. Let's start at a guy who, yeah, we mentioned a lot at the start of the season, didn't we? But he's not been so much in it recently. Trafford, of course. Simon said, an excellent save in the first half after Kusanov's error when already 1-0 down, and he's given him a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think it was a bit high. I'll give him a 6.5. I thought he made I think he saved one, didn't he? Did he save it? I can't even, I was there. I was behind him when he made it, but did he go for a corner and he got a fingertip to it? I'm not too sure, but anyway, that's the one Simon's on about. I've given him a 6.5. We've had very little to do, of course, once we weathered the sort of early storm, but I think they managed 2 shots on target, so one went in, and obviously he must have saved the other because it was on target. It didn't go in, did it? Anyway, accurate passes 95%, 19 out of 20. This is SofaScore stats, my thanks to them. Passes in opposition half, 2 out of 3, 67%. Passes his own half, probably more important. Kusanov might learn, 17 out of 17. One's total save, just one successful run out and one high claim. So that was it with Trafford. I think he had a quietish night. He'll be happy about that. On to a guy who was probably down as right back, but spent more of his time flitting around the middle, didn't he, and trying to match up and sort of link up with other players there. Rico Lewis, he pushed up behind Marmoush, said Simon, whenever he could, and linked well with Shirky on a number of occasions. He's given him a 7. Yeah, I've not put him a score here. That's how tired I am. Yeah, I thought he was very busy. I don't think it was a spectacular game. I thought it was a steady game. So if an okay game's 6, I'll give him a 6.5. Tell you what, I'll give him a 6.5. Let me know what you think, guys. Obviously, I didn't have the greatest view. I was quite low down in the stand. If you watch my story of the game, you'll see my camera angle, if you like. So I was quite low down, and the sort of netting got in the way of some of the pitch, so I did lose little aspects of it. But I think Lewis was all right. He won 3 out of 4 tackles. He had 2 clearances, 3 recoveries. He won 6 out of 10 ground duels. Okay. He only had 1 aerial duel. He lost that one. 1 foul. 92% pass accuracy, of which 22 out of 26 were in the opponent's half, 26 out of 26 were successful in his own half. That's good. Long balls, 1 accurate out of 1. He had 73 touches, so fairly busy. Unsuccessful touches, just a couple. 1 successful dribble out of 3. He was fouled once. Lost possession 9 times, which in his area of the game, and the fact Swansea were quite good, I thought, the first half. He lost it 9 times, that's not too bad. He won 3 out of 4 tackles, 2 clearances, 3 recoveries, and won 6 out of 10 ground duels. Yeah, so yeah, perhaps Simon's near it with a 7, but I'll stick with a 6.5. These stats sometimes back you up, sometimes they don't. On to a guy, one of 2 or 3 who looked a bit rusty last night, Kusanov. Simon said first appearance in 6 weeks, but needs to be better. Careless pass nearly let Swansea double their lead. Yeah, he wasn't concentrating very much there, was he? Managed to watch brief highlights back as well. Simon's given a 5. Yeah, he needs minutes, doesn't he? But yeah, he did look rusty. But when he had to hoof it clear, he did, which is fair enough. Before I give you my score, let's have a look at his stats. Passes in opposition half, 34 out of 39, 87%. Passes his own half, 30 out of 35, obviously included that one dodgy one, 86%. Just 1 ball out of 7 long were accurate. That was just a matter of hoofing it. He's not looking for players, he's just hoofing it, which I don't believe that. Pep's happy with that or not. I'm sure Pep's told him to do it, otherwise I don't think he'd be doing it. 81 touches, 2 unsuccessful touches, lost possession 12 times. In that position might be a bit dodgy. 1 interception, 4 clearances, though, 4 recoveries. He had 1 ground duel, which he lost. He had 2 aerial duels, which he lost both them. 1 foul, errors leading to a shot. He made 1. Yeah, so I'll give a 5.5. I'm not going to go down to 5 because I think, as I said, rustiness, getting back in it, and he did some okay things for me. So I'll give him a 5.5. Simon said about Aki, struggled in foot races with lively Swansea attackers and didn't bring the command of the defence that was needed from a captain. He scored him a 5. I thought he did okay. Let me know, guys, what you think. Yeah, I mean, I think all the defence struggled. I mean, let's face it, that defence, has it ever played together before? I can't remember those 4 guys and the keeper playing again. They might have playing together, they might have done, but of course he was given that responsibility. I thought he did all right. I thought he stepped up pretty well, considering the new faces around him. I scored him a 6. I think 5's a bit low from Simon. Just look at some of his sofa score stats. 1 interception, 9 clearances, 2 recoveries. He won 2 out of 6 aerial duels, yeah, which is always a worry for a centre half, isn't it? 93% overall pass accuracy. In own half, yeah, 44 out of 49. So yeah, could have probably been better. 108 touches also, he was busy. He lost possession 7 times, which is high, but based on that touch rate, not as high as it could have been. Interceptions 1, 9 clearances, 2 recoveries, and he won just 2 out of 6 aerial duels. Yeah, so he does get up quite well, but he did struggle a little bit. So I can perhaps understand where Simon's coming from based on those stats. I just thought it was quite solid for me. So I am just going to stick it at 6 anyway. At Nori, Simon said beaten too easily for the goal and but for a needless tackle. Played the long ball that led to Doku's goal, but not sharp enough, and he's given him a 5. Again, another rusty one. Another rusty player who needs to game time. That's the only way he's going to get past that. Of course, he's under a lot of pressure at the moment with the resurgence or surgence, if that's a word, of O'Reilly, of course, he left back. But I think he will need time. So I'm going to give him a 5. Again, I'll give him a 5.5. I'm not going full log on a 5. I just thought, again, he needs a little bit of time, a little bit rusty. He had 2 tackles in that. He didn't win either of those tackles. 2 interceptions, 1 clearance, 9 recoveries. He won 3 out of 5 ground duels, 1 foul. He had 1 shot and 1 assist, 1 key pass. Pass-wise, he was 90% in his own half, 18 out of 20, 94%, 49 out of 52 in the opposition half. 2 long balls, both accurate, it's okay, 100%, 88 touches, 1 unsuccessful touch, so that's not bad. Dribble successful, 1 out of 2, he lost possession 7 times. 2 tackles, which he lost both of them, 2 interceptions, 1 clearance, 9 recoveries, and he won 3 out of 5 ground duels. So yeah, I don't think it was that bad, was it? So I don't know. I think based on that, even a sort of 5.5 feels a bit harsh for that Nori, but no, I said he's rusty. I'll stick with that. Simon give him a 5, as we said. Well, I think we'll see a lot more. He just needs to get back in the run of things, doesn't he? But we've now perhaps he's got healthy competition, hasn't he, with Nico? That's for sure. Gonzalez, yes, played an important part in most of City's best bits. Yeah, we get some good scores now from Simon, I think, generally. A calm presence in midfield, but also able to push the tempo. Let's give him a 7. I thought he was really busy. I thought he didn't always look, Rodri-esque, but he's not. He's Gonzalez-esque, isn't he? He's Gonzalez. He's not Rodri. Nothing spectacular. I thought he sort of worked really hard. Perhaps he could have done better with the first goal, closing a player down. But these things happen. No one's perfect. Even Rodgers, we love him, but he wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect the first season or two, was he? So. Yeah, I liked his performance. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. I'm going to equal Simon's 7. Let's have a quick look at his stats. One key pass. Passes in opposition half, 81 out of 86, so he's a busy lad. Passes his own half, 42 out of 45. He had 2 long balls, of which one was accurate. 2 shots, 1 shot on target. Yeah, he's got to improve his shooting, I think. 146 touches, so he's probably the busiest of the City players, I would say. We'll see what Doku was. He had a lot of the ball, didn't he? Unsuccessful touches, just 1. That's good. Dribbles, 1 out of 1. Did well. Was fouled once. He lost possession 10 times, which isn't as bad as it quite sounds, double figures there. Tackles, he won 4 out of 4. 2 interceptions, 1 clearance, 6 recoveries. He won 6 out of 8 ground duels. Aerial duels, 2 out of 3. He got dribbled past once. But no, them stats are good. Them stats hold up to the score we give him, I think. Gonzalez, I think he's growing in stature as games pass, and it won't do him any harm, will it? On to a guy who perhaps didn't score as well as or certainly as badly as last time, but not great again, I thought. He tried. Bob. Yeah, Simon said, looked dangerous when he beat his man, but there wasn't enough of it and drifted in and out. Yes, it was hard against a packed defence, wasn't it? I mean, Doku on the other side had similar problems. Perhaps Doku did slightly better, but you'd probably expect that anyway. And Bob's getting a bit of stick at the moment. But he kept plugging away. Give him credit for that. So as I said, Simon's given him a 6. I'm surprised he gave him a 6, actually. I thought, looking at some of the other scores, he might have given him a 5. But anyway, Simon's probably right. I'd give him a 6 as well. Didn't always work. There's a guy behind me slagging him off. I just felt like, but I don't want to. I'm too old to be causing trouble. But every time he touched it, I just wanted Bob to do something just to shut this tosser up behind me. But anyway, is what it is, isn't it? So I give him a 6. Let's have a look at some of his stats. Key passes 2. 1 cross, inaccurate or not accurate. Passing in opposition half, 37 out of 42, 12 out of 12 in his own half. That's where we don't want him to cause any problems. 2 shots blocked. Sometimes perhaps he should circulate it rather than shoot, but then it'd be Jack Grealish, wouldn't he? 62 touches, so not as busy as some of them. Unsuccessful touches 2. He had 1 dribble, which he failed. He lost possession just 8 times, which is all right, actually. 1 out of 1 tackles, 1 interception, 4 recoveries. He won 1 out of 3 ground duels, committed 1 foul. So, yeah, he wasn't that bad, was he? It wasn't as bad as certainly not as bad as the dickhead behind me says, anyway. On to Mukasa, who I must admit passed me by a bit watching this game. I really wanted to find him. I couldn't find him half the time. And did he have we'll look at his stats in a minute, but he seemed to have a quiet game. Simon said some nice touches, but couldn't keep himself in the game and was taken off for Foden with the game needing a winner. Yeah, I say it certainly wouldn't. I don't think he would have affected the result if he stayed on the pitch in a positive way. I think a lot of the game was passing him by, which is expected as a novice in this team, isn't it? Poor Mr. Arne Slot has to stick 6 or 7 teenagers in, doesn't he? But of course, as far as we're concerned, Mikasa was our novice on the night, which. Apparently means a lot, says Arnie Slot. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's have a look at some of his stats. I give him a 6 as well. Simon's given me. I've been kind. Probably would have given him a 5.5, but again, based on the fact he's new to it, and we shouldn't do that, should we? We should rate him on what we see. But I'll give him a 6 anyway. 1 cross that wasn't accurate. 22 out of 28 passes in opposition half were accurate. Passes in own half, 8 out of 8, so that's fine. We want that. We don't want him cocking up in our own half. One shot, 44 touches, so yeah, fairly quiet for the time he was on. Unsuccessful touches, just one. One successful dribble. Lost possession 8 times, which is not bad, isn't that bad? 1 out of 3 tackles, 1. Clearances, one clearance. He won 4 out of 5 ground duels, very good. That'll be good for him. None out of 2 aerial duels. Always not a small lad, is he? So anyway, yeah, I think the 6. I think that score's fine from me and Simon for him. On to Shirky, who for many people was the man of the match. Probably was for me as well. Simon said he demanded the ball on every occasion and made the difference for the second before adding the third, of course. He's given him an 8 out of 10. And I've matched Simon. I've given him an 8 as well. I could have been picking 7.5, but with an assist and a goal, you've got to be an 8, hasn't he? He's got to make up a lot of time, hasn't he? And he did really well against the mass defence. He was busy. We know he's good in little tight spots, a bit like Rico Lewis does it in a sort of a more bog standard way. Shirky does it in a more fancy way, doesn't he? So I give him an 8 as well. He had 1 assist, 6 key passes, only 1 out of 7 accurate crosses, so that wasn't great. 58 out of 80 in opposition half, but that's where he was trying things, and that's the thing. So it's down to 73%. That passes in own half, 17 out of 19, so 89%. So that could be better. Of course it could. 1 goal, total shots 5. Yeah, he was busy. Shots on target 1. He hit the woodwork, of course, a little poke through, wasn't it, with his left foot. 3 shots blocked. Yeah, they did well getting behind the Swans last night. 119 touches, so he was quite busy. Unsuccessful touches 2. 1 out of 4 of his dribbles were successful. He was fouled twice. He lost possession 31 times. I have seen that before with players, but that's a hell of a lot. And as I say, but he's the guy trying to make things happen. He's the guy trying to create things, and you are going to lose a lot of possession, but that is a lot of lost possession. But I'm not going to alter my rating. He won 1 out of 2 tackles, 1 recovery, and made 1 foul. Yeah, good to see him back anyway. Doku, yes, let's see what his stats and things are. Simon said, good bit of play for the equaliser, although we want to have been more involved in the second half. A bit of luck with you. That wasn't going in a million years, was it? I didn't think it was hit at pace. I don't know what the defender was thinking there. Surely he could have done better anyway. Doesn't matter, does it? He was there to do it. He's got a 7 off Simon. I give him a 6.5. I thought Simon's been a bit kind. Certainly more able than Bob on the night, but as I say, that's because obvious reasons I've already mentioned when we talk about Bob. And he was another one who kept darting about with mixed effect. He did very well in spaces. Couldn't find a City shirt, could he? A dark City shirt sometimes, but that's fair enough. So I give him a 6.5. Simon gave him a 7. Let's have a look at his stats. 4 key passes, 2 crosses, of which neither were accurate. 91% passes in the opposition half, 39 out of 43. 5 successful out of 6 in his own half. Long balls accurate, 1 out of 1. 1 goal, 5 shots on target 1. Yeah, so you can improve on that. Shots blocked 3. Does that mean they weren't on target? I don't know. Probably not. Touches 69, so not as high as I thought, actually. I thought he'd have a lot more than that. He was successful, just 1 dribble out of 7. Was fouled once, lost possession 11 times, which is absolutely fine. 2 tackles, 1 out of 3. 5 recoveries, 5 ground duels, 1 out of 12 for an attacking winger. It's not too bad. And dribble pass once. So, yeah, we'll stick with that for Doku. Certainly, I think might have pushed himself into the reckoning first starting against Bournemouth anyway, over perhaps Savvy if Pep just goes 1 winger, which I think he might against Bournemouth, with options returning, of course. People like the guy we're going to talk about next, Marmouche. Simon said nothing he did paid off for most of the game, but he stepped up when it mattered to bag the crucial second. Yeah, another rusty one. He was rusty again. Some WD-40 and a few minutes on the pitch will certainly help. So I'm going to give him a 6.5. Simon's given him a 7. But again, another one we're glad to see back. Let's get him firing. Let's get him perhaps on the wing and doing stuff as well. See how he goes. 1 goal. Total shots 5. Shots on target 1. Shots blocked 2. 1 key pass. Passes in the opposition half, 14 out of 18. Excuse me, guys. Passes in own half, 2 out of 4, 50%, so could be better. 41 touches, so yeah, he seems to be a bit more involved than that. Unsuccessful touches, 4. Yeah, that's the highest. Dribbles, 1 out of 2, was fouled twice, lost possession 13 times, which is all right where he is. 1 clearance, 2 recoveries. 3 out of 8 ground duels won. Yeah, could be better. 2 out of 3 aerial duels won. That's okay. And committed 2 fouls. So yeah, I'll stick with what I don't think I should be as high as Simon. I'm not on that, but again, game time will make all the difference to players like Marmouche. Let's have a quick look at the substitutes. Of course, Gavardio was a lovely little new. I think he must have been watching a Paris fashion show. What was going on with his sleeve? He had one short sleeve and a flapping, and one long sleeve. I don't know how he did that, but anyway, he didn't get it changed. He just got on with it, didn't he? Which is fair enough. He replaced Nori, of course. Simon said lively down the left, pushing up. Gave him a 6. Yeah, I think he was okay. Yeah, I think he made a couple of interesting passes. 6 from me as well. Stats: 1 interception, 2 clearances. He won none out of 3 ground duels. He won 1 out of 2 aerial duels, 1 foul, 2 total shots, 1 shot on target, 1 assist, 1 key pass. Pass-wise, 20 out of 21 in the own opposition half. That was not bad for half an hour. 10 out of 10 in his own half. 1 out of 2 long balls were accurate, 50%. 40 touches. No successful dribbles out of 2, and he lost possession 4 times, which not probably as bad as it sounds. On to Mr. Foden, yes, from Mukasa, of course, helped build pressure for City in the final third. Said Simon, I thought he did a pretty good job when he came on. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I'm going to rate him because he was on for at least half an hour. Yeah, I thought he did a good job, Phil. He looks, deliberately kept on the bench, of course, and looked better, helped push City forward, helped create someone who could create another little bit of a space with a little drag back or a little bit special. So I give him a 6.5. Simon just give him a 6. Key passes 1. Accurate passes 21 out of 27 in total. 5 out of 6 in his own half. 16 out of 21 in their half. 29 touches. Lost possession 6 times, which sounds a bit highish, but okay. But as I said, he was sort of usually in and around the box and stuff, wasn't it? 1 tackle, 1 out of 1. 2 recoveries. He won 1 out of 1 ground duel. So yeah, I think that's nothing untoward with Phil. So he got a few minutes, and I'm sure that he's okay, and he'll probably start on Saturday against Bournemouth. Stones, of course, solid at the back. Said Simon, scored him a 6, and I would be the same. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I thought he was dominant on the time he was on. 2, not had that much to do. 2 clearances. Give us a chance to sing his song anyway, didn't it? 2 clearances, 1 recovery. 2 out of 2 aerial duels won, which is pretty good for John. 24 out of 26 passes in the opposition half successful. 18 out of 18 in his own half. So yeah, so it's quite lively. Long balls 1 out of 3 though, successful. 47 touches, lost possession twice. So there you go. That's Johnny Stones. There you go, guys. Got through that because I feel rough as a bear's bum. Right, hope you enjoyed that. Please let us know your thoughts, let us know your ratings. Of course, the story of the game will be out in a couple of days as I'm recording this, because obviously I've got a preview to get out. I've got City versus Bournemouth preview, so that'll be out on Friday. The game's on Sunday, of course. And the story of this game, and a bit more closer look at the players, etc., and what happened on the pitch, and perhaps why Gavardio was wearing his new shirtless, sleeveless number, stuff like that will be in the story of the game. That'll be out on Saturday, and of course the match is on Sunday. So we'll get on with another one, and hopefully another victory. Let's leapfrog Bournemouth, but we'll talk about that then. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please, if you can hit those buttons, as I said, it's wonderful for the channel. It helped me out tremendously. And of course, if you want to contact me, or you do want to support the channel in other ways, there are other ways of doing it as well. And I'm on other places, social media, and you want to find out about that, just stay with me for another minute or two while we have a chat about that. My thanks for watching.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway. And please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. That'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or even know someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well, so have a look at Piat6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access, the membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia, so that you can actually gain that from being a member and support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.